Hi everyone, welcome back to Learning with Leah. I'm glad you could join me again today as we are talking about problems with clothing. So, I'm sure you have encountered this before, but you might have to return your clothing at some point. Maybe somebody gave you a gift or you bought something and realize you don't want it anymore. So, I want to teach you some ways to explain why you are returning something. So this is a way to talk about problems with clothing. So let's get started. The first and most general and simple way is just to say the doesn't fit. The dress doesn't fit. The shirt doesn't fit. The pants don't fit. All you have to do is put the clothing name in here, and it's very simple. It does not fit, right? You don't have to explain beyond that. But sometimes when you return something, the person at the store will say, well, why are you returning it? If you say it doesn't fit, maybe they want a more specific answer. So there's a couple of ways to answer it. You could say it's too, and then an adjective. So remember, there is a difference between very and too. Very means a lot, right? But too means more than what you want, right? It's a lot, but more, even more than very. It's too much. It's more than what you want. So for example, if something is very big, maybe a dress is very big, you might still wear it. Maybe it's big, but you still like it. If it's too big, that means that you cannot wear it. If it's too big, you have to take it back. You cannot wear it. Okay? So it's more than what you want. So you can use it's too and then an adjective. So you can just say the dress is too big, it's too small, maybe it's too long, right? It goes beyond, maybe the pants are too long and they go past your feet. It's too short, maybe something is too short. It could be too flashy. So flashy means very vibrant. Maybe it has sequins all over. It's kind of crazy to look at, and maybe you like to have more simple clothes. You could say, oh, it's too flashy, I don't like it. So the opposite of flashy would be plain or simple, right? So it's too flashy. Or you might say it's too plain, I want something more vibrant, okay? Or you could say it's too loose, right? Loose means too big, right? It doesn't fit you very tight, but it kind of hangs off of you. So you could say loose or baggy. They are the same. Loose or baggy. And the opposite of loose is tight. So if it's not too loose, maybe it's too tight. Oh, I don't know if I can fit in there, right? It's too tight against you. So you could say the dress is too tight. The dress is too loose. You could also describe a specific part of the clothing. You could say generally the dress is or the shirt is, but you can also say specifically a part of the item. For example, the sleeves. Maybe the sleeves are too long, or the sleeves are too short, or the pant legs, right, on your pants, the pant legs are too long, for example. So there's different ways you can describe the whole thing or specifically one part of the clothing item. Number 3, it's not, adjective, enough. It's not enough. Okay, so maybe instead of it being too baggy and it's more than what you want, maybe it's not enough. Maybe you want more. For example, you might say, it's not flashy enough. I really like to wear flashy clothes, very vibrant clothes, for example. It's not flashy enough. I want it more flashy. right? Or maybe it's not loose enough. You could say it's too tight. It's not loose enough for me. Okay, so some of these can be kind of you could make synonyms. So if you say it's too tight, that would be the same thing as saying it's not loose enough. Okay, so there's different ways to say that. All right, it's 1, 2, and 3. Next, we can also describe by saying if there is a specific problem. Maybe it fits you okay, but there is a problem with the material or with the clothing item. So you can say there's a blank in it. There's a hole in it. Maybe there is a hole that was in the clothing item. There's a hole in it. Or there is a rip in it. Right? A rip means maybe the stitching came apart. There's a rip in it. Or there is a stain in it. Right? Maybe you did not see it at the store, but there was a spot, right? A stain or a spot that maybe somebody spilled something on it. So you can say there's a blank in it. There's a hole in it. There's a rip in it. Okay. All right. Next we have is using a noun, is, and then adjective. I'll explain. So you can say, so these are some examples down here, and these are some of the adjectives. So broken, bad, or missing. These are different adjectives. So these are some examples for number 5. The zipper is broken. Maybe you have a zipper on your jacket, and so the zipper is broken. It does not work. You can use this sentence. The zipper is broken. Or the button, maybe the button is missing. I think I have a button on here. Okay, and maybe if the button is not there, you could say the button is missing. Next we have the stitching is bad. So the stitching is the part, the inside here, that has been sewn together, right? That holds the stitching. This is a seam right here. I'll write the word seam. This is the seam where the stitching comes together. And the stitching is the thread that has gone together. So sometimes the stitching will rip or it does not hold very well. So you can say the stitching is bad. I need to return this. Okay, so these are some specific examples of how to express and how to tell someone why you want to return an item. Maybe you would say, oh, the dress, it just doesn't fit. It's too loose. It's not tight enough for me. Or, there is actually a rip in it. The stitching is bad here. Okay? Many different ways to describe that. All right, hopefully this was helpful for you. If you would like, you're welcome to comment some examples below. If you want to comment some sentences, and I will let you know if they are correct or not, and how you would return an item at the store. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you have any suggestions, and we'll see you next time.